Hey everybody, welcome to Fit Tip Tuesday. Today is kind of a surprise video. I had to go out to Joann's to get more interfacing and bigger batting because I'm making my nephew a t-shirt quilt to take to college, and I'm actually shooting that as a upcoming class on my J Stern Designs online Teachable page. So I'm really excited. And when I got back from Joann's, look what was on my doorstep. The Oliso Smart Iron. I'm so excited. So I thought I would just take a couple minutes and unbox it with you, and then I can give you my my first impressions. I think it's kind of cute because here's the baby right here, and I have the yellow one of these, and now I have a pink full-size irons. This box, I have to say before I open it, it has a lot of really useful information on the outside. So just for example, it has a 2-inch detailer tip. So we're going to check that out in a minute, but apparently it makes it easy to get around tight spaces. So that's kind of cool. It's got a spray function when you need a little bit more moisture than just the steam. But then when you're talking about steam, it's got a triple play professional steam. 3 steam settings: continuous, horizontal burst, and vertical burst. I can't wait to try that out. That's exciting. The water tanks on the side, we're going to check that out in a minute. An iTouch activated handle. Simply touch my handle and I get to work. Let's go. I lift myself up so you don't have to. That's very cool. And it's got a 12-foot cord with a 360 pivot. That's really nice. Think about how many times you're ironing and the cord isn't long enough. Super excited about that. All right, there's a whole bunch of other cool stuff on this, but I think I'm just going to open it up. Okay, there's my little warranty card, and okay, so let's just start with this. To optimize your iron's performance, avoid overly thick or foam padded ironing board covers. The firmer and thinner your ironing board cover is, the better the scorch guards work. So this iron actually lifts up, and if you have a poofy cover on your iron, that poofy fabric, the things that, the little feet that lift it up may sink in, and then you may scorch your fabric. So I can see where that's going to be important. And then it says never use distilled water. That's important. So you're going to use tap water or inexpensive bottled spring water. All right, so I think I'm excited to see what else is in the box. There's a lovely instruction manual here that shows you where everything is. We may have to peek at that in a minute. All right, let's take it out. Ugh. Oops. All right, I'm going to put the styrofoam back in so I don't lose it in case I need it for something. Okay, let's see. It has a little water filler, which I think is very cool. I'm going to put that back in the box too because I'm just going to use my water bottle to fill it up. All right, so let's off the box. Let's look at this cord. Wow. This is a long cord. This is very cool. All right. Okay, so it's very, very long. I'm going to get my padded pressing surface to put this on, and I'm going to plug it in so it starts to heat up. All right, so look at that. I plugged it in and it lifted right up. Did you see that? That's very cool. Let's see what's on here. We have to remove this prior to use, so let's go ahead and do that. Wow, look at how nice that sole plate is. Very, very nice. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is, well, actually, the first thing what I want to do is let's just fill it up with water because I'm going to want to show you the steam. So the water is right here underneath the handle, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill that up. It's easy to fill up. It has a max line on it, so you know how much water you can actually put in there. So I think that's probably enough water. Okay. All right, so I've got my water in there, so it's going to start to heat up. And I think there's a sticker or something on the other side. It says, if you see water in the tank, don't fear. It just means your smart iron was thoroughly tested before it arrived at your house. So if you open up yours and it's got a little water in it, no worries, because they were just testing it. Good quality control. All right, so some of the things I'm noticing right out of the gate without reading the instructions is if I touch the handle, watch what happens. It goes down into iron mode, so then I can start ironing. That's kind of cool. And then if I take my hand off, it lifts up. So this is the TG1600 Pro Iron. And one of the differences between the various models is how long it will stay on before the auto shutoff shuts it off. So for the 1600, it stays hot, or it stays on for 30 minutes before it shuts off when the iTouch feature is on. Now, if you want to use this like a traditional iron, in the back of the iron here, there's an off switch, so you can turn those little feet off, and then the feet won't pop up and down, and you can rest it on its back end like a traditional iron. So that's kind of cool. So depending on, you know, how you're used to ironing, you can have it standing up like this. Personally, I'm going to put my iTouch back on because I kind of like, you know, just doing this. So I'm kind of excited about that. So that's cool. Here's the swiveling cord. That's cool. Okay, so I've got it on no steam. If I put it on the first steam setting, I get a nice burst of steam. And then if I put it on the next setting, I can get a vertical steam. You see that? And then if I put it on the third setting, I'm going to get continuous steam. And it's just steaming, steaming, steaming. So it's got 3 different steam settings, which is very cool. Personally, I probably will use the first one where I just have my horizontal burst of steam, because that's usually how I use my iron. Let's check out the squirt feature. The squirt feature works really well, so you can really dampen something with the spray. And then, of course, Oliso irons love to have little lights to tell you what's going on. So on the top of the iron, there's a light, and when it's red, the heat is off. When it's flashing green, it's coming up to temperature. And when it's a solid green color like it is now, you see that? That means it's reached the temperature you set it at. And the settings are synthetic, so not super hot, wool and silk, and then cotton and linen. You know, and there's a few settings in each of those, you know, in each of those settings, there's a few, you can click it. All right. When it starts to flash red, the auto off has kicked in. So I have 30 minutes with this iron that I can leave it before it starts to turn off. I think that's a good amount of time. I'm really busy and I'm working on a lot of different things, so I kind of appreciate having an auto shut off iron that doesn't shut off in 5 minutes, but if I leave the room and don't come back, I don't necessarily have to worry about it if I forget to shut it off, because after 30 minutes it will shut off. Now, if you're using the traditional iron with it face up like this, then the auto shut off is 3 minutes. And that's for safety, because what if it falls over and it could burn something? So if you're using the iTouch feature, you have 30 minutes before it shuts off. And if you have it standing upright with the iTouch feature shut off, it's 3 minutes before the auto shut off works. So I think that's kind of cool. And then if your iron did go into shut off mode, if you touch the handle, it restarts the iron. So I think this is a Jennifer proof iron. I'm going to work with it in my videos, and when I'm not on video, I'll keep you updated on how it's going. But I really, you know, from what I can see out of the box, it's a very cool iron. I have some shorts that I just took out of the wash, and the way I made these, this facing is always a pain, and I always have to iron it. So let's try the iron out and see how it works. Wow, look at what quick work that's making of ironing this. So this tip of this iron is small. This is a really, I could see where I could get into some tight spaces here with the tip of this iron. So you can use the tip to turn the edge as it goes even. That works really nice. Yeah, it does a really nice job. So this is kind of fun. I'm doing a video to show you my new iron, and I'm getting some ironing done. So these will be ready for me to put on after this video. It does have a nice weight to it. I don't have to push down, which is nice. It just glides along really nicely. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. All right, so I'll put a link in the description to Oliso, so if you want more information about their very cool iron, you can find that easily. If you have any questions you want to ask me, please post them below and I will help you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next week for another Fit Tip Tuesday.